Hello, and welcome to episode 38 of Let's Play Total War 3 Kingdoms Gong. In the previous episode, we managed to finally clear this logjam of Cao Cao and Sun Ce from Shangyong. We had started making progress towards Yuan Shao's territories. Unfortunately, he has brought another army around here. So we'll see how that plays out, and he invited Dongmin to the war as well. The other thing is as well, we've got these two armies in a good position. He obviously doesn't know that Gongdu's there because he's in ambush stance, but they're in a good position to be attacked by both of these. And it's a good thing as well because they've got a very strong army there. I think we definitely want to get He Yi into Shangyong. Make sure we get as much replenishment as we possibly can on them. We'll get Wu Huan. Can we get there in one turn to Wu Pass? It looks like we can. Yeah, brilliant. We won't be able to besiege it straight away though, I don't think, because it's a pass, so we're going to need a siege tower or something. So, yeah, we'll get them up there. Okay, yeah, we're going to build a siege tower, and we'll continue siege. And we had initially planned to get them to go over there and start taking these territories, but we're going to need some protection from these armies. So I think we're going to get them back up to Chang'an. And that does leave us somewhat vulnerable up here, especially if we move this army out. But what I'm hoping is we're going to be able to take this fairly quickly, get them back down to Chang'an, and then if one of these armies decides to come up this way, we can get these guys to follow them. That's the plan anyway. With these guys, we want to... We don't really want them to be in forced march. We want to attack this first and then this, because this is going to take 2 turns to get into. So let's get them in the water. And see what we can do with the movement range. Well, strangely enough, we can actually get up there, but... I don't think we want to just yet. Let's get down to about there. And we'll put the attack order on there. So now we're in their influence zone. We can't quite attack them yet. But next turn we will be able to, and they can't quite make it down there, and they can't quite make it over there either. So we should be okay, I hope, with them. But that is a risky move. But we're going to have to take some risks here. With Zhang Kai, I think we want to go down here. Cao Cao's army, I believe, is in an ambush somewhere around here. So we might just have to walk straight into that to try and get down here and take these territories before he has the chance to rebuild his forces. So we're going to go down to there, and we may get ambushed here. Oh no. That may, I don't know if that was the army that he had in ambush stance, but it's a good thing that we're here because we need to take these out. We don't want them coming up here and reinforcing Dongming. Though I don't think they can because they're not in an alliance, but better not to take the risk anyway if we can help it. I'm not sure what their plan is. I'm sure they plan on coming down here somewhere, but I wonder if we should actually get him a little bit closer to Zhangyang just in case. I don't like leaving this unprotected from the tribes because they could declare war at any moment, but we're going to have to prepare for where they're going at some point, so we'll see how that pans out. Now, this army, we want to see first of all, can Gongdu attack them in the same turn? He can't, right, but he can reinforce, so we'll get him just on the edge of their movement, their influence circle, and now they should be able to reinforce. Hard to see in the trees, but they can, I believe. So let's get them forward. And it's still saying close victory with medium casualties. I've got a feeling that it won't be. We've got plenty of troops here to be able to take them out. They're a very strong army though, so it's possible. But we are going to have to fight this. So let's start battle. Right, so immediately we are on a favourable battlefield again. It's actually the same battlefield, pretty much, that we fought Zhongpu and Sun Ce on a couple of episodes ago. Now, we are at somewhat of an advantage here in terms of range, because this is one of the reasons I don't use these units on hand factions. They've got great damage and everything, but their range is 150, and that's... I mean, it's all well and good being able to do damage, but you need to get in range first before you can do anything. We definitely want to fight them on this slope, but we want to combine both forces, really, and we want them to be separate, I think, to try and make sure that they split their army. So let's see what we can do. Okay, so we've set up with the spears at the front. They've not got much cavalry, so we should be able to counter what they have got with our cavalry. which are on the flanks at the back. We've got the archers in 2 groups behind them, generals behind them, with the Yuxia in a group of 3 behind them, then stacked with the Yellow Turban warriors behind them, and then finally the White Wave veterans in the last line. Because the idea with them is to try and get them around the sides and use that great charge bonus that they've got. Something I did notice as well, for some reason we can get loose formation with these archers. And I don't know why. I'm assuming it's got to be something to do with him. And it's not any of his ancillaries, so I want to see what we've done there to be able to get loose formation with him. Maybe it's just that he's a level 6 healer. But then why can't we do it with He Yi? So we'll take a look at that and see what's going on there. It might be a subtype. Our reinforcements coming in from up there. We're going to try and set them up around here somewhere. We have made use of the deployables to some extent, so we've got the oil there. Hopefully we can burn a couple of them up as they come towards us. Got the tower in the trees there, protected with some stakes. So we'll see what we can do. But I don't think this is going to be an easy battle. They're a very powerful army. So let's start. They don't look like they're advancing at the minute, but they are going to have to. But that's fine. If they want to stay there for the time being, they can. We'll get the reinforcements set up, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, we've set up with this army in a very similar way than we did with the other one. Spears at the front, archers behind them, Yuxia, White Wave veterans, then cavalry at the back. They're still not advanced, so that's just fine for us. I think what we're going to try and do is get them to come down with this army on this side, and Gongdu's army on that side. And we don't want to be facing them directly on the side. We want to be in a kind of a 7 o'clock and a 4 o'clock position. Or, sorry, 7 o'clock and a 5 o'clock position. On them to try and get them to split their forces, but not give up the good uphill advantage that we've got here. At least not too much. So we're going to get Gongdu army in formation, and I'll cut back once we're in position. Okay, so now we're pretty much in position with both armies, and they've still not advanced. We want to try and get a couple of duels, and then we want to start trying to take their archers out, I think. The reason we've set up like this is because I want them, 1, to split their forces, and 2, to have the troops close enough to each other on our side to be able to flank them if they split their forces unevenly, which they probably will have to. Now, the champion made duel Gongdu. So let's see if we can do that then. Yep, he has proposed a duel. So we'll get Gongdu moved back so that we're not in the way of all of his troops. And we'll hopefully be able to take him out. He's not going to be too much of an issue, I don't think. Nice. Always nice to get the first blow. Now, I do expect Gongdu to make short work of him. We'll use his ability and just make sure they're not advancing. They're not. Good. Yeah, he's not going to last very long at all. Yep, there he goes. Lovely. Okay, let's see if that's affected them in any way. Not particularly. Their commander would be a nice one to take out, but she doesn't want to duel anyone. We'll get a little bit closer and we'll start shooting at them. Okay, they are now within range of both lots of our archers, so we're going to get a lot of them, and we're going to tell them to fire at will. The Protectors of Heaven have come forward, the archers have backed off. They're going to have to advance though. Oh, we are now within their range. That's not particularly good. Let's hope they don't demolish us. They've already taken out 45, apparently. Oh, no, that's ours. 6. Okay, that's better. Got a bit worried there. Right, let's make sure that they're firing specifically on these archer units. Oh, no, they've run out of ammunition. Right, let's get them back then. Right, let's get 2 lots of cavalry round there to try and deal with them archers. And our healer. Wow, we're taking heavy losses to them archers now. Okay, Protectors of Heaven have come in here and they've got us. Let's get the Yuksha down there. And let's get some White Wave veterans round there. Get after that archer unit. Let's get the other cavalry down there as well because that their cavalry's still around there. Right, good. So they've now advanced completely. They've split their forces over here. Yep, we want the archers back. We do still want them firing at will. Let's get the Yuksha in to help them. And let's get the White Wave veterans round the flanks. Right, we want to bolster the lines at the front here. Make sure that we don't have that break. Yep, you go in there. Let's get our general with 2 cavalry units around there to deal with these archers. And let's get Gongdu and this healer around there. And this cavalry around that side. White Wave veterans, you're going to have to go in there and help them out. You help them as well. You down there. And you round the side. Yep, let's get them to charge in there. Let's get the cavalry over here. Right, we've routed that archer unit. Let's get them on them. Let's get this cavalry to help us with them. Scholar, get round there. Healer, get round there. Right, Gongdu, use your ability. Healer, also use your ability on them. Okay, we've routed one of them. You two, get after them. Now, the lot of you get after that commander. These, we want to come round this side. And one of the cavalry units will break off. No, them two will break off after them archers. You get round here. Let's bolster this line. And White Wave veterans get in there as well. Healer, you can use your ability. Okay, we've cleared them out here. We want to now make sure that we're going to hit them in the back. And we'll form a line behind them. Yeah, we want White Wave veterans charging in there. Spears on them. White Wave veterans on them. Right, let's get Gongdu around here. And this healer in there. We've got another White Wave veteran unit here. Go and help them out. Get these spears down there. Scholar in there. And give you a buff. Healer and spears in there. And let's get the healer to use his ability as well. Wipe out. Let's get Gongdu in that mix. We want him over there. And we want him to use his ability. I think we knocked more of ours over than theirs there. Brilliant. Brilliant. That went pretty well. Right, we're going to run them down. I'll cut back. Well, that went fairly well. I mean, every battle we've had against these Protectors of Heaven so far, though, we've had about every advantage you could hope to have. So it's still not conclusive as to whether they're going to be a cakewalk. And even that wasn't particularly easy. But sure, let's claim. Yep, nice. Let's end battle. And we caught Liang Xiong. Sure, we'll take that off him. We will take the replenishment. Right, so that was the first of the, well, the most powerful of the Sun Ce armies, I believe. Yeah, they've got some of them archers in here, but I'm not too concerned about them. Their range really puts them at a disadvantage. So that's, I'm a bit more comfortable with where we're at now. I think we do want to start making some progress in terms of bringing an army down here, but we need to sort out these problems first. And I think we're going to be okay, to be honest. And to be honest, I think before we start going down here, we might want to try and take this iron mine. I'm not really comfortable with him having territory that close to 2 hours, because they can just get replenishment over there. They can also raise armies. So we'll wait for these to make their move, assuming that they don't both move in the same direction at the same place. And then we'll get probably Gongdu's army over there and take this iron mine off them. That again is assuming that they don't have another bunch of armies coming up here, because Sun Ce likes to do that. We can't really move these very far, but we'll just get them. Yeah, we can't move them at all, actually. They can't attack them, so that's okay then. Gongdu, we can get him back into ambush stance, and I think we want to do that, because we would like one of these to try and attack him, really, without knowing that Gongdu's there. So we are currently within his zone of influence. We'll just get a little bit further into it. Make sure that we're still... Yeah, we can still go into ambush stance there. And again, the purpose of that isn't really to ambush them. It's just so that they can see him and think, oh, look, there's an army we can beat, because I'm pretty sure they think they're going to win that. Yeah. And then when they attack him, or when they come over to attack him, we can get 2 armies on them. That's the plan. Whether it'll go that way, I don't know. But that's a solid plan if they decide to try and attack him. Right, He Yi. Again, we need some replenishment with this army before we do anything, really. Zhang Kai, we definitely want to keep there, at least for this turn. There may be another army of Cao Cao around here. The one that was in ambush stance, if this wasn't it. I think it was a female sentinel as the commander general of that, so we want to watch out, because we might get attacked by 2 different armies here. If we do, it's fine. I think we can probably take 2 of Cao Cao's armies, but we'll see how that develops as well. Now, this army, yeah, we've pretty much made all of our moves. We might as well sell that for... Well, in fact, we'll hold on to it just in case we need it for a peace agreement or something like that. And we want to look at upgrades, and then we can end the turn. So, let's see. Yeah, in Baksu, we'll rush the production courtyard. And we'll upgrade the basic labour accommodation to labourer family houses. In Huawei, we'll upgrade the ensconced campsites to encamped fort. In Jincheng, we'll upgrade the communal farming estates to prosperous farming estates. And in Hanzhong, we'll upgrade the joint manufacturing hall to a luxury good manufacturing workshop. Okay then, well that's us pretty much cleaned out for that turn. So let's see what happens when we end turn this time. It's always interesting, that's for sure. Huh? You must be joking. It thinks we're going to have a decisive defeat against Han Fu. He's got his garrison with him too, but I think we'll be fine there. Although, if we retreat, we will not have the garrison to deal with, but we may have Zhang Yang to deal with. He can't get very far down there, though. Yeah, I think the smart thing here is to retreat, and hopefully we don't regret it. Cunning scheme. Bad news. One of your messengers needs before you trembling whilst handing over a message. Yeah, well, I think we know it's probably Cao Cao, isn't it? Well, I mean, that doesn't really affect us too much, because we only have 1 trade deal, and it's not a massive one. It seems like these schemes are very common, though. I'm kind of just glad that he's getting some reprieve. I mean, the poor guy. Oh, well, that's nice. 2 brothers, their bonds forged in war and strengthened by strife, sit around the campfire in the dimming of light. In the dimming light of evening, they share tales of glory and memories of friends long gone. Their smiles are wistful and their thoughts bittersweet, but they are glad above all to have one another for support. I don't know if you call it brothers, though, because she would be a sister. Now, we got ancillaries. Oh, we got another Wei Lao Zhu. And, whoever this is. has leveled up. Sinan. Yeah, the fossil has leveled up. What is this about then? Oh, that just must be a new thing to tell you you've got assignments, I guess. Or somebody available for assignments. We do want to keep her spare for the time being because I'm nervous in case any of our generals die. But we definitely want to keep them too on attract talent because we still need characters. Let's level him up. Now he is just running assignments at the minute, so really what we want. Yeah, we'll just get the public order buff. Oh, we've got reduced movement range, and we've got now 3 armies after us. Well, can we attack that? No, it's going to take 2 turns. How does that work out then? They're already suffering attrition, but they can reach us. Where can they get to? Maybe we should have fought that battle, you know. This is a bit of a precarious spot for us. Let's see. Let's get in the water. Yeah, now we've got no movement range. And they can get right in the water as well. Right, we're going to have to get back up here. Maybe we should try and cross over down here, I think. I think we should probably try and cross over down there and then we can get them more quickly, but we just need one more army. If we just had, say 2 more characters, I'll be happy building another army. Right, this is expected to be a decisive victory. I think we are just going to delegate this one. We should be okay to do that, I think. Yeah, not great, but not too bad. Yep, we might as well have that. And we'll have that as well. And we'll occupy. So that's Dongmin now destroyed. And pretty much all of them should be near fully replenished or fully replenished in the next turn. So that's nice, and we'll take some income away from Yuan Shao doing that. Now, they laid an ambush for us down there. We don't want to walk into that. I think what we want to do is, although they might try and come up here. No, I think for now we'll stay in Chang'an, and that'll give us a good scope to be able to move between different places. We might need to get this army back down here and this army up here to help out with this, though, because we have to cross the river. The positioning of these armies is going to be difficult to deal with. Right, He Yi is now getting to the point where they're almost fully replenished. That's nice. They've decided to go down there, and we can't really take the water to get to them. So I think what we're going to do is bring both of these closer to Ba. They don't have siege equipment, so it's going to take them at least 1 turn to get in there. So we'll keep him in a regular march. And in Bat, we'll upgrade the communal granary to a grand communal granary, which will give us more peasantry income, more reserves, and more public order. So that's all very nice. Now, Gongdu, we want to start getting over. Probably, yeah, we'll just station them on Bat, and we'll get there as quickly as we can. With this army, I wonder if we can get. See, if we can get to there within one move, that would be very nice. I don't want to be caught in the water against these. Because we will lose the delegated battle, and he can move all the way down there. Right, we're going to have to deal with these armies before we can take that then. Certainly can't afford to lose characters like that. So let's get him back in Shangyong. And yeah, I think now we want to get Zhang Kai to attack Cao Cao. And once we get rid of this army, that's when we can start making our way down there. And probably with He Yi as well. I don't know what they think they're doing. I mean, really. Get over yourselves, please. Now, can we reach them to attack them? We can. They might retreat, though. Although they think they're going to win, so sure. Well, apparently it's a Pyrrhic victory. I disagree. We will make short work of these, I think. They might be a bit of a problem, and he's a very strong general. Be very nice if we could get his axe, though. That'd be great. So let's do a night battle. Now it's saying close victory. Nice. Let's start. Right, it's a weird army, this, because these two healers don't have guerrilla deployment, but certain units within their retinue still do. We've got these two spears that don't, and we've got the cavalry there basically just so they're not on their own. Now, we want the spears to make their way around to the main army, and the healers for that matter as well, but they're going to have to start out there, because they've got quite a bit of cavalry here. And we've got the main army here, uphill, facing down over. We're probably going to have to come down to the more flat land to be able to shoot at them, though, assuming that they don't just advance straight away. And we are going to try and get a duel with Zhang as well, because that is a showdown that I would very much like to see. Not sure which way that's going to go. In fact, he might be... he might actually be stronger than Zhang. Oh, look, he's got a Northern Army bloke. Well, have they got any Northern Army units? No, they haven't. Well, it'd be nice if we could get that and see what them units are all about then, if we can catch them. Right, let's see what we can do then. Let's start. Okay, they have seen the main army. He made duel Zhang. Don't know why he's got that flag. Oh, no, they all have. Right, okay. But it doesn't look like they're advancing, so that's good. Let's get the spears on their way over here. We don't want them to be getting shot, though, really. Yeah, they're not advancing. Good. Right, let's get the cavalry around here as well, then. And we definitely don't want them to be getting shot. And let's see if we can start this duel with Shangyong. We don't really have any buffs other than healing. Perhaps it would be wise to have that available, though, just in case we need it. Let's get him down here, get him in range, and hopefully he'll offer us a duel. They're bringing their archers closer here. I don't want that cavalry to be getting shot. Right, he is now within range, but he has not offered us to duel. So we want to be right on the edge of his zone. It's strange that it doesn't have any strength match up there. Maybe just because they're so equal, but... Right, let's see what happens then. Yep, we got him with the first shot. That's nice. Let's get Zhang Kai's buffs on and use his ability. Oh, we missed. That's not good. They don't appear to be advancing. That is good. Let's make sure our healers are not provoking them. No, they're not. But we want them within range of Zhang Kai. To make sure that they can heal him if he needs it. Yep, that'll do it. And for all this guy is built like a champion and uses a champion's weapon, he is a sentinel, so he's going to be very elusive. Yeah, we're now getting hit, and I can hear... Why can I hear cavalry? It must have just been them moving. Right, yeah, Zhang Kai is now losing. Let's get the healing buff on him. Right, we've got his ability back, and we'll put his buff on as well. It is getting pretty close, and I think we would have lost without that healing buff. Doesn't have to scream a lot, that guy, doesn't he? We might want to get his buff on him soon as well. It's when we can buff Zhang Kai's melee evasion that he really starts to do well. They're moving again. Doesn't look like they're advancing though, that's good. Right, let's get his healing buff on Zhang Kai now as well. Yeah, so this guy is one of the few that could probably beat Zhang Kai, if not for the buffs that we've been putting on him. We got the ability back. Let's hope we can hit it this time. Yeah, we did. Good. And we can buff his melee evasion again in a minute. There it is. We're going to miss the kill shot here. Oh, nearly. He's still evading it. Hopefully Zhang Kai's morale holds up after this, because he's been weird with it lately. And hopefully he gets back on his horse, more importantly. Yes, we got him. Lovely. Brilliant. He's not wavering. That's good. He is going back to his horse. Whether he'll actually get back on it is another matter. I think we will take that. Young Fenglin, yeah, let's just get him out the way. Now, there are some of them routing already. We want Zhang Kai to get back on his horse, and we want our cavalry to go down there. He has. Brilliant. Right, let's get him over there. And let's get 2 of these. Actually, no, let's get the fatigue-resistant ones. How many units? Yeah, okay. Let's get 2 of them, then. Let's get him to use his ability. Healers do have very powerful abilities, though, when they can use them. Let's hope we hit it. We didn't. That's a shame. Well, this commander is wavering. Well, she was. Now she's not. Bit strange with that health that full. We'll get Zhang Kai over here to buff his melee evasion as well. And actually, after the commander goes, I think they're going to start routing again, so we'll get the cavalry ready down there. Assuming we do win this, she is actually doing quite well. Okay, yeah, repay the favour that he gave you. She is doing quite well for a commander. I'll give her that. But if our ability hit, she would have been toast. And we should be able to heal up pretty soon as well. Yep, we got the healing back. And if he loses despite that, then he doesn't really deserve to live under the yellow sky, if you ask me. She's now activated. I think that just makes her unbreakable. I don't know. Oh, 100% melee evasion. That's not so good. We've got melee evasion back. We'll use it. And his healing buff will be back in 30 seconds. This is almost turned into another Chung Pu situation. But it's not because they're both good, it's mainly because they're both equally bad. In terms of their damage, anyway. Which really a healer with their main skill being instinct shouldn't be, but never mind. It's a good thing we had these buffs. Otherwise we'd lost both of these duels. Fairly decisively. Dear me, come on, finish her off. Right, Zhang Kai can buff again. Oh, she's got 100% melee evasion again. She's really very strong for a commander. And it's starting to look like we might lose this anyway, which would be terribly embarrassing for our healer. Right, we can now use the ability again. Let's hope we... oh no, he's got her. Right, brilliant. Well, he didn't have to take his time though, didn't he? Never mind growling, you took forever. Right, let's get Zhang Kai back down there with the cavalry because some of these are routing again. It's Archer Militia, right? We might be able to run them down then. And we'll get our healers back over here with the army. They've only got a strategist left, so that's good. Okay, they've returned again as well, so never mind. Right, so we don't have the charge resistance buff, unfortunately, in this army. So we're going to try and take this Tiger and Leopard cavalry out with our archers pretty quick, if we can. Right, we don't really want to get any closer because we don't want to deal with their crossbows, and we don't want to deal with us shooting fire while we're in these trees. So I think what we're going to do is get one spear unit, one archer unit out to either side, shoot at the Tiger and Leopard cavalry, hope that makes them advance, and if not, at least we'll get rid of them. Right, we've got them. We're going to just see if we can keep Zhang Kai in range. And same goes for them. I think I just told the spears to attack as well, didn't I? Yeah, you don't go down that. You come back. They've now come out here for some reason. I don't really know what their plan is, but sure. I think they're maybe trying to attack Zhang Kai, but they're not really doing a good job of it. Right, brilliant. They're now advancing. Let's get these back. And let's get the cavalry units down there to help out. Spears we want to get over here to help us with the cavalry as well. Get the healer on them. Spears on them. The Yorkshire are going to take some heavy casualties here, unfortunately. Not too bad, actually. I mean, they are melee cavalry, though, so they're not really the best with charges. Where's the cavalry on this side? Right, never mind. We'll go around there and get the archers. Spear units getting attacked. We'll get them down there. Right, archers, you go down there, and then you can fire at will. You there, and then fire at will. Get these round here. Right, that cavalry unit's gone. Let's get these back. Brilliant. Spears down there, deal with them. Right, we have veterans on them. Get down there to help out. You there. You there. And you there. And you can help out there as well. Okay, they're routing now. That's good. Let's get these two down here. We want to get this cavalry unit on the crossbows. This one on them. And we'll get the healer after him. We've got another lot of cavalry over there. We want to try and take care of them. Let's get Zhang Kai and this cavalry unit down here. Oh, we've got something on our archers. It's cavalry. Right. Spears. Go and help them. Yep, let's get them after them. Brilliant. They're now routed. Let's get the spears on them. Oh, this cavalry's going to give us a charge. We took some damage there. Right, our healer's been attacked by spears. Let's get him to use his ability. Let's get them to give them a charge as well. Let's get this cavalry unit to capture that tower. They've now routed. That's good. Let's get them after them spears. Actually, no. Get them after them spears. And these swords after them spears. Right, cavalry, let's give them a charge. We've captured the tower, brilliant. Let's get this cavalry unit after them. Let's get these swords up here to help out there, and these two down there to help out with them. We've got another cavalry unit over here. Right, good, they've routed as well now. Okay, brilliant. Run them down. I'll cut back. Well, it was a weird battle, lad. It was fairly easy, but just the types of troops they had and the positioning of everything made it necessary for some careful planning, which took quite a while. So, yeah, we'll claim victory. Nah, it wasn't close. But we'll end. Yeah, it wasn't close, was it? Oh, excellent. We've been on a roll of getting these brilliant items lately. Well, Cao Cao's going to hit us even more, but for sure, we're having that. We'll have that as well. And we will take the replenishment. Now we can go over there and finish them off, and we might as well do it. Yeah, we will do a night battle and we'll delegate that. And we'll recruit. Now, can we get back to our territory? We can't unless... Yeah, that's the border there. Well, we might as well get in forced march then, and... Sure, we'll go down here. We might regret that because I don't really know what's down there, but let's just go to about there. No, it looks like we're going to be okay. I just hope we don't get attacked in a very bad way where we can't retreat. But I think we're okay here. We haven't lost too many. Right now, I did notice that she doesn't have a good weapon. Well, she ain't getting that. And I think... What could we use with her? I think probably we'll give her that, I guess. I am going to take Giant Spear off that other guy as well because he's not really worthy of it, is he? Let's see who we want to give that to, though. Oh, well, Guan Hai can use the Cleaver of Mountains, so we'll give him that. Lovely. So now he's kitted out. He is 59, though. They're all getting old. Okay, then. I think we want to leave... What's going on with our income here? It's not that concerning for the time being. As far as Giant Spear goes, unfortunately, we don't really have anyone better than him to give it to, which tells you the state of our characters at the minute. Though we do have a lot of powerful ancillaries, but all of the healers and veterans are pretty much kitted out. We might as well look to make a couple of upgrades before we end the turn. Right, in Boxer, we'll upgrade the Labour family houses. We'll rush it. And then, yeah, we'll upgrade the production courtyard to a joint manufacturing hall. And in Shangyong, we'll upgrade the Temple of Eternal Reason to a Grand Temple of Eternal Reason. And hopefully we get to sort our income out next term because we're running pretty low on money now. Okay then, and also hopefully he doesn't have an army in there that can reach Shanghai, I hope. So we're going to find out. Let's end. Xincheng, where is that? Shangyong? What, they want it from us? Don't be bloody stupid. No thank you. Yeah, well, we'll see who expects too much, since you've lost every war you've ever started against us, and you've started a lot of them. Weird move. Okay, lovely. The holy man desires to be desireless and does not prize articles difficult to obtain. He learns not to be learned and seeks a home where multitudes of people pass by. And what did that give us exactly? Improve undesirable neighbourhoods. Let's see. Oh, I thought that was a character for a minute there. Sure. Let's just collapse the tunnels then. Okay. We got ancillary. A farmer. Well, not the worst. Let's see. Furong. That's administered commandery, so even though he's not in that commandery, it should still count. Yep, it did. Brilliant. Okay. Right, we definitely want to get him... Actually, now... It's a little bit risky, but now we should be able to get him over to that iron mine. So let's get him in forced march. Let's say it doesn't look like he can get very far, though. That's the thing. And they can move very, very far in the water. Let's try and get him to about there. Let's get him a bit closer, and then we'll cross over there if we can. Right, Gongdu can reach these in forced march, and I think we want to attack her because she's not going to be able to retreat, and we'll get them as well. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so let's get him on her influence zone. Brilliant. Let's get him on it as well. Actually, no, let's get him down here. And get him to about there. Oh, he may have to be in forced march as well. Well, that's fine. Let's get him there. And then let's get him to attack. Yeah, brilliant. So we won't do it just yet, but when we come to attack, we're going to attack her because she can't retreat, and she's going to drag him into it. And then we've got 3 armies versus 2, so we should be able to do very well against them. I don't even think we'll need all 3 armies, but it's good to have them just in case. Now we're now at minus 468, which I don't really know why, but I think this siege will have a lot to do with it. So let's see. I mean, that's expecting a close victory. Let's see. We'll withdraw for now. Just makes you wonder why they even bothered to attack that when they're not going to win. What have we got in our garrison here? Yeah, that's more than enough to take them out, even if they bring them into it, I think. So let's get these down here, and we'll attack them. Now, they'll probably retreat, which is fine. We'll just run them down with Zuhe afterwards. Yeah. Right, let's get them a bit closer and hope he doesn't have a load of armies in there. Actually, let's start by getting them to about there. Right, he doesn't. Brilliant. That's Yuan Shao. That's not too concerning. Let's just see. Yeah, he's not at war with Sincer, so we don't have to worry about him taking them properties. Territories, even. Oh, our income's gone back. That's weird. That must have just been a bug and it's refreshed when we went to diplomacy. Maybe from the siege it took a while to update. Right, this army is not fully replenished, but I think they're replenished enough for us to get them down there to Linju. Brilliant. He hasn't got an army there either. So next turn, hopefully, well, we may not be able to take this next turn, though it may not have walls with it being level 3. So hopefully next turn we can get both of them. And then I'll be quite happy to get peace with Sincer. Maybe we'll get this pass as well. Well, we'll see, because it'd be quite nice to have these two. It's just that might cause some trouble with the tribes. But if we can get these two, as well as Yong'an and Turen, then get peace with Sincer and get him to pay us, first of all, pay us a lot up front, because he tends to break his agreements, but then also get some regular payments from him, as well as maybe some ancillaries or something. I'd be happy to go to have peace with him. Then we declare war on Yuan Shao and get over here and really, really start taking it to Yuan Shao. Now, we're going to need possibly some help along here, because we're starting to get outnumbered. So let's see. He can't get very far. He can just say get onto there. So let's get our guys back as far as we can. And we'll try and head them off around Shufeng. And once we take this army out with these guys, in fact, we may just be able to delegate this, to be honest. Where's their influence zone? Maybe if we get them there. Can they reinforce? I think they might be just short. No, they can reinforce, unless that's the city. Well, we'll find out when we attack them, and we might just delegate that because it should be fairly decisive, and then we can just get rid of them nice and quick, get the replenishment in, and then start getting one of these at least over here to help out with this situation. Right, reforms. I think we'll get the improved irrigation network reform. That'll let us upgrade a lot of our farms and everything, and get a lot more food, so then we can start upgrading more of our cities. And it's only going to take 3 turns. Right, let's see if we can get a reinforcement from them against these. We can, brilliant. And it's expecting a decisive victory with low casualties, so we will delegate. I probably... Oh, look, he's starting to get them as well. Well, yeah, we'll delegate. Sure, we'll have that. Yeah. You can have him back. We'll take the replenishment. Yeah, that's them wiped out, lovely. And let's get them on their way. I think we want to get them up this way. And we'll keep them in a regular stance for now. We'll get them in there if we can. No, we can't. Well, that's fine. But while we're here, we will get him some better units. Yeah, so that's definitely a more balanced army now. Though we've only got 2 Yuxia units, but we've only got 1 healer, so it'll have to do. In Chang'an, we can upgrade the labor family houses to labourer communes as well, so we'll do that. And to be honest, depending on what kind of a matchup we've got here, we might be able to delegate this as well and just get rid of Sincer sooner rather than later. So let's get him to attack. It's expecting a close victory with medium casualties. I think we are going to be okay to delegate this again. We've got high replenishment here, and 2 of our guys are in forced march, so I guess they won't get it. But he hasn't got any other armies on the horizon as far as I can tell, so we will delegate that. You can have him back. You can have her back as well. We will take the replenishment. We'll go after her. Yep, we'll delegate that. Again, why is he not giving his people any stuff? We'll have that though. Wei Yan. He was one of Nubia's Tiger Generals, I believe. Now, a bit strange that they haven't given him anything, but since he's important to Sun Tzu, we'll get rid of him. Yep. We can get somewhat, well, let's see if we can just move them over there enough to block them getting in the water. I don't think it will necessarily, but they're in the influence zone of that city, so they shouldn't really be able to move. I expect them to fortify. They might try and lay a siege to it if they do. I mean, they're not going to get very far with that. So that's fine. Right, we can look to make a lot of upgrades now. We've got quite a bit of money from that. I think we want to start with Chang'an. We'll upgrade that to get the public order and the satisfaction, as well as the commerce income. We'll upgrade the labour family houses in Shu to labour communes. And we'll do the same in Wudu. So that's more or less all about money wipe now. Assignments, we may have, we can put Xinnan back on attract talent. And we might as well, since we're going to be recruiting a couple of new cavalry units, we might as well get him to do it in Bat. So we'll get him to attract talent there. Even though it doesn't seem to be working very well, but it's all we got right now. Okay then, well that was a fairly short turn compared to what we've been getting. We'll end it. Okay, so another couple of interesting moves there. Let's see where we can get him to. Right, we don't really want him to be in forced march when he fights against Zhang, but I don't think we're going to have much of a choice. Let's see. Right, they can't reach him if we get him up there, so we'll get him to there in forced march, and then when they advance towards Pinding, we can attack them. With these guys, they're now fully replenished. We'll get them over to, I guess there, and then we can try and head Han Fu off down there. We've got another army of Gunsun Zan down there. We may be able to reach them. We can. Problem is though, we won't be able to get replenishment if we're in that territory, and I don't know what else Yuan Shao's got down there. So what we'll do for the time being is we'll set an ambush outside of Chang'an, though I think they might be trying to attack Wu Pass. A bit silly with the crappy little army they've got. We'll stick them in Chang'an. We might as well. But we will put them in ambush because we want Gunsun Zan to come up here, really. It's not that important that the ambush succeeds. It's just to try and trick them into thinking he's not there. Right, let's see if we can take this without getting siege equipment. Brilliant, we can. Okay, well, we will fight Night Battle to try and limit the casualties, and we'll delegate. Oh, nice. Let's see what we got. Engineer. Oh, wasn't there a guy we were looking for expertise in resolve? No, it was authority in resolve. But still, that's not a bad ancillary. And let's get He Yi over to take Linju. Yeah, again, we'll do a night battle and we'll delegate. I don't know why it's in medium like, but never mind. Okay, brilliant. So now we've extended our borders out to Shangyong. We will get rid of that though, and we'll get one of our replenishment buildings. Yeah, forges. And that's a toolmaker, so it actually will give us a nice boost to income as well. Oh, we need a small city. Oh, we can do that, and we'll see if we can get some money to upgrade it and get that to level 2. It looks like the Bank of Monghua has given us the best prices now, so we'll give him the Sage's Armour, which he can't even use, for 2,200. And, yep, we can now rush that. And we need 1,800, so we'll see if we can sell him something else. Yep, another one, Tempered Iron Skin for 2,200. And then we'll get that, and we'll rush it. And we can get another building here, so we might as well. And it'll be an industry building, preferably. So we're going to trade him the Forged Iron Scale, Clay Pig, and Wooden Dog for 2,928. Right, so we've already got the production courtyard. We might as well get labour housing then, I think. Yeah. We will rush that, and we'll upgrade it and rush it, and now we're pretty much at the bones of our arse. Right. Okay, that's fine then, and then we'll see if we can get up there with He Yi next turn and get Kui Pass, and we do have Chengpu coming down here, so we'll get them back into Shangyong, I think. Now, I think we'll chase them down with Gongdu, because he's got the biggest movement range. Still can't quite reach them this turn, but at least we can chase after them quite efficiently. We'll get them back over to the Jingyang border. And our food deals are running out with the tribes soon too, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. As soon as we get rid of him, we want to try and take this iron mine, but we'll get him back into bat for now. Although, can he reach? No, it looked like he might be able to reach him, but I guess not. Right then, I think now we probably can end the turn. I think we've done more turns in this episode than we have in the last 3 combined. Yeah, just making sure we haven't missed anything. It doesn't look like we have. So, yeah. Let's see what this turn brings then. A character, I hope. Oh, this again. Right, well. Oh, come on. Not for the entire faction, I hope. Yeah, it must be in Hanzhong. Which is funny, because that's actually the best place we've got for public order, though it's lowering it quite a lot. I think it was only 5 turns, though, wasn't it? Yeah, that's not going to do much in Hanzhong. It would have been pretty debilitating anywhere else, but silly Cao Cao didn't seem to realise that. Right, we're probably going to have to get either Zhang Kai or He Yi back up there to deal with this army. Though they're not a big deal. They're just probably a bit too much for the garrison to deal with. And I think it'll probably be He Yi that we get up there, because what we're going to try and do with Zhang Kai, and we can get to that next turn, we'll take this from Sun Ce. Let's just see. Yeah, he's now getting very keen on the idea of peace. So I think what we're going to look to do is we'll take this off him, then we'll get peace with him. I'm tempted to take the pass as well. The only thing I'm not sure about with the pass is how we're going to defend it. It's going to be a bit more difficult to defend if we take that. So I may just leave that with them for the time being. We can reach them straight away, so we can get rid of them pretty quick. And again with these... with Chengpu's army. Well, we can't reach them with them. Not yet, anyway. Can't reach them with them either. But as soon as they become a threat to any of our lands, we can get them with one of our armies. So I think the plan, and it's going to have to be the plan for next episode now, but I think what we're going to do is take that Jade Mine from Sun Ce, get peace with them, make sure that we get a significant down payment from him, because we can't trust him to stay within the confines of the agreement. We're going to get He Yi back up there to deal with Cao Cao, and we're then going to go to war with Yuan Shao, take the rest of Nanyang. Then we've got Zhang Kai coming in this way towards Yuan Shao. Once we get rid of Gonsun Zan there, we can bring this army down and start coming in this way over Yuan Shao, and we've got these two here to deal with these and come in this way. And that should allow us to get to his capital pretty quick, wipe him out, probably wipe Gonsun Zan out as well if we can. And we'll then have very good access to Liu Bei's capital too. The only reason I don't want to do it with Sun Ce first is because we're not getting characters, so we can't really make more armies. And if we take his capital first, we've still got threats from both sides. Whereas if we take Yuan Shao's capital first, we've got the mountains up here, where we only need to guard this border, the southern border, and this side. But even not so much this side, because Liu Bei is pretty friendly with us, as far as Han factions go anyway. when we start getting more characters, it's not going to be too much of an issue because we can build more armies and then we can defend our borders more effectively. But for the time being, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again next time. Thanks. Bye-bye now. Thanks for watching this episode of Let's Play Total War 3 Kingdoms. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more of this content, please subscribe. I have a tutorial series too if you're looking for Total War tips, and to learn more about the incredible characters and story that this game is based upon, you can check out my Lore series. Thanks again, and see you next time.